Hello students, welcome to the online session for the subject of industrial safety. This subject of industrial safety is mainly for the students of civil engineering, particularly structural engineering, and for the student of mechanical engineering. Here we are going to discuss the each and every topic regarding the industrial safety. Whatever the topics that are given in the G2 syllabus of the subject of industrial safety will be discussed in this virtual session. We will be having a brief discussion on each and every topic. We will be discussing the practical application of this subject of industrial safety in our session also. So let's start with our session. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hello students, welcome to the online session for the subject of industrial safety. Here, in the previous session, we have completed the chapter number 2 of the syllabus of this industrial safety subject. The topic that we are selecting is according to the GTU syllabus. And now, according to GTU syllabus, we are now entering into the chapter number 3. So, the name of the chapter number 3 is nothing but fault tracing. The name only suggests that we need to trace a fault. In any industry, a minor fault, a small fault can cause a major disaster. So it is necessary that the fault should be traced at an early age. And each and every industry should have a policy of fault tracing. By this, we can trace the fault and we can find the solution to that fault. And ultimately, we will be preventing a major hazards. And lakhs of people's life will be saved, the machine will be saved, and ultimately, the owner will be in a good condition from financial point of view also, from the mental point of view also. So let's start with our sessions. First of all, we are going to see the outline of the session. Mainly today we are going to discuss the definition of the fault tracing. We are going to discuss the activities that are involved in the fault tracing. We are going to discuss the definitions of the decision tree. We are going to discuss the logical path. Definition of the logical path, it involves in the decision tree. And we are also going to discuss the decision tree concept. So let's start with our first topic, that is the definition of the fault tracing. Let us discuss that what are the things that are involved in the fault tracing, of what components the fault tracing is made up of. So first of all, in fault tracing, the components, the first component that is involved is finding the fault. We need to find the fault from the industry. Example, we can say that either from the machine or from the overall industry. From that, we need to find a fault. We should also have an experience of that fault. For example, we need to observe that how this fault will act into the machine, how the machine will behave if it has that fault. So that kind of experience is required to be taken, and as a result of this, we can get to know the intensity of the fault. The criticality of the fault can be known from that. The next step, we need to find the reason. The fault has occurred in the machine or in the industry. We have experienced the intensity. We have experienced the effect of that fault on the machine. Now, next thing that is required in the third step is the reason. We need to find the reason of that fault so that we can trace it and we can terminate the intensity of the fault, or we can say that we can reduce the fault problem. So this is why the reasons are required to be found, and as a result of this, we can get a proper reason from which the fault has taken place, and accordingly we can do the modification or the rectifications. We have and also another thing that is required to be done in fault tracing, that is take some decisions. We need to take some decisions regarding the faults. For example, if any machine where the fault has occurred, then it is necessary that we need to take certain decisions. Decision can be either we need to modify that machine parts, we need to add extra machine parts, or we need to completely remove the machine part and bring a new machine part. The condition also occurs that we might need to remove the overall equipment only, replace the overall equipment only, and we need to replace it with a new one. So such kind of condition also used to occur. So all these things are involved in the fault tracing. Now discussing more about the fault tracing definitions. Mainly in the fault tracing, the activities that are involved are checking. We need to check the machines regularly. We need to check the machines regularly. We need to observe it regularly so that we can get to know that what was its previous condition and at present stage what changes have been done because of this daily operations. So it is necessary that regular checking should be done and regular observation should be also taken. Observation can be of any kind, whether it is physical photographs or by testing it or by just visual observations. Observation is required to be done. And at the same time, while doing observation, we need to take the measurements. Means, while working with the machines, the aberrations has taken place. And we all know, in previous session also, we have discussed that because of the occurrence of the aberration and the wear, the dimension of the machine parts will definitely get modified. Majority, it will get contracted. There is the reduction of the area on the surface, and by this, the change in the measurement will take place. So it is necessary to take the measurement regularly so that we can get to know that what is previous dimension and what modification has taken place. Change in the dimension of the machine parts do affect its working, and as a result of this, the output of the machine will be affected. Its efficiency will get decreased. So it is necessary that the measurement of the machine should be done. If the measurements are done, then we will be able to take certain decisions accordingly. So for that, the measurements are required to be done. At the same time, the repairing is also required to be done. In the machine, the repairing is required to be done at an early age only. Because delaying in the repair will cause the occurrence of the major hazards. Major accidents can take place because of the delaying of the repair. So it is necessary that when at a time a fault has occurred, at that time only, after doing certain observations and after certain checkings, repairing is required to be done at that time only. So these are all the activities that are involved in the fault tracing. Now moving towards the further discussion regarding the fault tracing. Major activities that are involved in the fault are noticing of the fault. We need to notice each and every machine part. Some of the machine parts are being observed to be faulted. So it is necessary that proper decision is required to be taken. We need to find the faults by which the stopping of the machine. We need to stop the machine, and after that we need to find the fault. We need to observe the machine after stopping also, because we need to find its condition while it's working and before it is working. So all kind of observation is required to be taken. We need to have an inspection of the subsystems. If the subsystems are being found faulted, then repairing is required to be done. Once the repairing of the subsystems of the machine is being done, then it is necessary to reassemble it, because we have removed all the parts and it is necessary to assemble it again. So we need to assemble it twice. After assembling the machine again, we need to start the machine. We need to observe that how it will work once we have dismantled it. So all these kind of activities are required to be taken, and after that only we can get a proper fault. We can trace the fault by this way. Moving towards the further discussion, let's have a definition of the decision tree. Decision tree is a diagram. It is a diagram that mainly involves the faults, and it also involves the reason that are causing the fault. Both the faults and the reason that are causing the faults are being involved in the decision tree. And as a result of this only, we are designating the decision tree as a overall system. So this is how decision tree is there. Moving towards the further discussion, in decision tree, there is an important term, that is the logical path. We all know that all the faults are required to be listed in the decision tree. All the faults that are causing the damage should be listed in the decision tree. But it is required that all the faults are required to be arranged properly. And arranging of these faults in a logical way is nothing but a logical path. So, logical path is the arranging all the faults that are causing the damage to the machine in a logical way. Logical way is nothing but it is a way of arranging the faults such that the intensity of the repairing, those faults which is having a less time, or we can say that those faults that requires less time for the repairing should be listed first, and accordingly we should listed the further faults. So this is how the logical way of arranging the fault are there. The reason behind this is nothing but minimum time is required to be taken so that the solving of the fault should be done early. And for that purpose only, we are adopting the logical path for the arrangement of the faults. Moving towards the next, that is the decision tree concept. So this decision tree that involves the faults and the reasons follows certain concepts. The concept will be such that all the reasons are involved in the decision tree. All the reasons should be checked out. All the reasons that are causing the fault should be checked properly. It should be arranged in such a way that minimum time should be taken to solve that problem. And for that purpose, we are arranging it in a logical way. Faults should be arranged in a logical way such that minimum time should be taken to solve the fault. And as a result of this, the machine will be stopped for a smaller period of time. The working will be obstructed only for a certain period of time, and after that its working will be started again. More logical approach is beneficial for the machine because early the solving of the fault can take place. All the reasons should be arranged in a proper sequence such that lesser time is required to be taken to solve it. The more the tedious problem, the more the time it will take, it should be taken at last. The fault that is very much critical and which takes a lesser number of time should be listed first. This is all the way how we need to arrange the faults. It should be arranged in a proper sequence, and ultimately we can find the proper fault. And repairing will be done properly, and as a result of this, the solution can be got at an early time. Not much time is required to be taken. Within a small period of time, the solution of the fault can be taken. And as a result of this, the working will be start again sooner, and less damage will be, less time for the stoppage of the work will be there. So this is how the decision tree concept is worked. So here we are ending the session. Thank you. So here we are ending our session. Hope you have liked the session. We have discussed each and every topic in brief and also in detail. We have discussed each and every topic's practical application also. So thank you for attending the session. And if you have any kind of a doubt, if you have any kind of a query, then you can send me your doubts and queries in mail. My mail is in my YouTube channel. Do check into my YouTube channel, like it, share it, and again thank you for attending this session. See you in the next session. Thank you.